My wife texted, "I'm leaving you for your manager, who gives me better gifts." I quickly sent a photo of my manager being arrested outside the office building. I had spent months feeding the SEC information about his insider trading scheme. Her betrayal led directly to my manager's arrest and my immediate promotion to his role. I, Ezra, age 41, male, had been with Shelby, age 37, for 8 years. I worked as a senior pharmaceutical chemist for a large research facility in San Diego, California. My salary was a highly specific $180,000 per year. I specialized in the synthesis of complex, new chemical entities for drug development. Shelby worked as a luxury real estate agent in the expensive coastal communities. Her income was highly variable, averaging $70,000 annually through commissions. Our combined income of $250,000 allowed us to live well, but required careful management. We owned a modern, $1,300,000 condo in the affluent La Jolla neighborhood. I drove a reliable Honda CR-V for my long commute to the research park. Shelby drove a luxury Mercedes-Benz GLE to maintain her client image. We frequently dined at high-end restaurants like Addison, which Shelby insisted upon for networking purposes. Our social life was dominated by her efforts to meet wealthy potential clients. My immediate manager was Mitch, a department head who often hosted lavish parties. Mitch frequently interacted with Shelby, complimenting her fashion and her sales efforts. He often gave her expensive, unrequested gifts, which she flaunted while subtly mocking my scientific focus. She viewed my stable, precise work as less glamorous than Mitch's financial maneuvering. In early February, a monumental professional opportunity arrived that I had quietly pursued for 6 months. I was offered the position of Director of Global Synthesis at a rival, much larger pharmaceutical firm. This exceptional role was based in Basel, Switzerland, a global center for pharmaceutical innovation. The compensation package was truly life-changing and reflected the seniority of the position. It included a base salary of $360,000. Additionally, they offered a very generous $50,000 annual housing allowance. The contract also stipulated a $40,000 signing bonus. The total annual cash compensation was $450,000. I brought the detailed contract home one Tuesday evening for discussion. I presented the offered details clearly. "This new role is a massive, global promotion," I said. "It effectively doubles my entire compensation package," I added, citing the numbers. Shelby was polishing a new gold bracelet Mitch had given her last week. She looked up, her expression fixed in familiar disdain. "Basel is terribly quiet and boring for a woman in real estate, Ezra. This job is the absolute peak of my scientific field," I answered calmly. She scoffed, a quick, dismissive sound. "Director of Global Synthesis sounds like a glorified technician to my clients. It involves international leadership and critical drug development," I stated steadily. She then focused on Mitch's gifts. "Mitch provides immediate, tangible rewards for success. My work provides long-term, verifiable stability," I countered factually. Her continued mockery of my integrity confirmed her priorities. Update 1. I accepted the Director of Global Synthesis position the next morning. Establishing a start date in early May, I began executing my tactical separation plan immediately and quietly. I knew the job and the revenge plot had to proceed simultaneously. Shelby continued her pattern of public dismissal. She told her real estate partner, Brent, that my potential promotion was a joke. "Ezra is running to Switzerland because he cannot handle Mitch's success," she commented loudly. Brent, who often relied on Mitch for referral leads, fully agreed with Shelby's assessment. Our small social circle, largely composed of Shelby's client contacts, agreed with her focus on external wealth. "Why leave La Jolla for Swiss regulations, Ezra?" Brent asked me once. "Professional mastery requires movement," I replied, keeping my answer vague. I accelerated my private preparations. I established a new bank account with a major institution in Zurich. I began transferring the majority of my liquid assets out of our joint accounts. I retained the services of an experienced corporate and family lawyer, Naomi Kim, who specialized in high asset protection. Crucially, I continued my months-long communication with the Securities and Exchange Commission, providing detailed evidence of Mitch's illicit insider trading scheme. The plan for his professional downfall was nearing execution. Update 2. The climax of the betrayal and the revenge occurred simultaneously in early March. I had just finished securing my Basel apartment lease when the final SEC filing was processed. The timing was highly strategic and entirely intentional. I received her text message while standing in the laboratory. The text was brief and entirely mercenary. "I'm leaving you for your manager, who gives me better gifts." I read the text, feeling only a sense of clinical confirmation, not pain. I was already watching the building entrance when I received the message. Within minutes, 2 federal agents in dark suits calmly escorted Mitch out of the building in handcuffs. The timing was precisely coordinated with the official warrant. I quickly used my phone to capture a discreet photo of Mitch being detained outside the Granite office building. I immediately sent the photo back to Shelby with only one word: "Not anymore." I then walked straight into the CEO's office and presented the Basel contract and the SEC documents. The CEO was already aware of the internal investigation. He confirmed Mitch's immediate termination and subsequent arrest. I was instantly offered Mitch's vacated position as the interim department head. "You have demonstrated extreme loyalty and foresight, Ezra," the CEO said. "I chose the career and self-respect, knowing the opportunity had already been secured." Update 3. The fallout was immediate and catastrophic for Shelby. Her final betrayal led directly to my immediate professional elevation. I was instantly promoted to interim department head, with a substantial salary increase, effective that day. Shelby's plan to leave me for a richer man dissolved in minutes. The gifts Mitch gave her were immediately seized as assets by federal authorities. The news of Mitch's arrest and my sudden promotion spread through the firm and our small social circle rapidly. Shelby immediately cycled through anger and denial. She sent me frantic, unintelligible messages demanding to know the source of the photo. "You caused this terrible event," she accused in a text. I reported a felony. I replied factually. She was now publicly linked to an arrested federal criminal. Her real estate clients began canceling their appointments, citing the negative association. Her denial was complete. She still believed Mitch would be quickly released. I remained calm and clinically detached, focused entirely on the new demands of the interim role. My emotional state was stable and highly focused on performance. Moving day arrived 2 weeks later, expedited by the legal necessity of the separation. I hired a specialized moving company to clear my belongings. Shelby was absent, having flown to New York to consult a lawyer about the seized gifts. I left the condo, which was immediately listed for sale by Naomi Kim, my lawyer. My first detailed view of my life was not in Basel, but in my newly expanded corner office in San Diego. I was now the department head, driving the entire division's research. I drove my simple Honda CR-V to work, focusing on integrity and merit. My first day in the new role felt like a logical, necessary commencement. Update 4. I was thriving professionally in the department head position. The work required leadership and high-level strategic planning, a welcome change from pure synthesis. My team, including my former lab partner, Dr. Leena Sharma, was highly supportive. Socially, I embraced the change in status with reserved confidence. I focused on building internal alliances within the corporate structure. Financially, the jump in salary and the implicit guarantee of a future permanent promotion meant my wealth was accelerating quickly. I replaced the seized Mercedes-Benz GLE with a fully paid-off, high-end Tesla Model S. My focus remained on stability and sound investment. By late October, 7 months into the role, I achieved my first major success. I oversaw the successful integration of a complex new drug candidate into the clinical trial pipeline. My focused, efficient leadership resulted in a substantial mid-year performance bonus of $40,000. This confirmed the company's faith in my competence. Shelby's old network began reaching out with transparent curiosity. Brent, the real estate partner, sent a tentative email. "The department head job suits you well, Ezra," Brent commented. "I am performing the duties professionally." I replied, maintaining a formal distance. A few of her former real estate clients reached out with thinly veiled questions about Mitch and Shelby. I remained polite but entirely reserved, offering zero information beyond professional pleasantries. Update 5. In January, I cemented my professional success. I was officially confirmed as the permanent director of pharmaceutical chemistry. I posted a professional photo on LinkedIn announcing the permanent title and my strategic vision for the department. The post was factual and referenced specific scientific goals. Shelby learned the full, non-negotiable truth about my status and the permanent nature of my promotion. The promotion confirmed I had not only replaced Mitch, but surpassed him in legitimate professional standing. She had tried to leverage my workplace against me, only to accelerate my rise. She sent a series of messages, alternating between claims of misunderstanding and emotional pleas. Mitch promised me a partnership in his firm, she claimed, ignoring the felony. Mitch's firm no longer exists, I replied directly. You should have warned me about the SEC, she insisted. I am an ethical employee, I countered simply. Dr. Lena Sharma sent me a congratulatory message, confirming my scientific merit. Your competence was finally rewarded, Ezra, she wrote. My Aunt Helen, who had worried about my stability during the initial conflict, sent a heartfelt card. Your quiet strength was the correct path, Ezra, she wrote. Update 6. In late April, nearly 1 year after the initial conflict, Shelby visited San Diego. She was staying with her mother and requested a final meeting. I agreed to meet her at a busy public park, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. I wanted the setting to be open and impossible to control. When she sat down, she immediately attempted to present a narrative of dramatic personal growth. She claimed she had spent the last year rebuilding her life and her values. I now see that money is not everything, Ezra, she insisted softly. I am pleased you have that clarity, I acknowledged neutrally. She insisted she had changed, but I referenced her past actions and her current financial desperation. I mentioned the expensive gifts she accepted from Mitch and the resulting legal turmoil. You were actively seeking financial advantage over loyalty, I pointed out. That was a momentary lapse in judgment? She tried to excuse it. I then referred to her social media posts, which showed her continuously soliciting work and clients with poor results. Your current stability remains volatile, I noted. She insisted on returning, suggesting we could be an efficient power couple with my new title. I can be the perfect director's wife, she proposed. I calmly declined the offer, explaining that the foundational trust was destroyed by her final text message. I have secured a new life based on integrity, I stated the fact. You are being unnecessarily cruel now, she insisted. I am simply maintaining my standards, I answered, ending the brief interaction. Update 7. Shelby attempted a brief, disorganized campaign of online character assassination on social media. She posted vague claims that I was emotionally abusive and that I had ruined Mitch's career out of jealousy. She claimed my scientific results were often rushed. My lawyer, Naomi Kim, handled the online noise with precise legal documentation. Naomi sent a cease and desist order to the social media platforms. She also provided third-party documentation of my ethical compliance and scientific rigor. The claims were removed quickly due to their defamatory nature. Her online claims failed completely. Dr. Lena Sharma posted a detailed, factual rebuttal on the company's internal forum, confirming my scientific rigor. Lena also provided evidence of Mitch's known, widespread professional negligence. Shelby lost all remaining credibility, and the company fully supported my actions. Update 8. 1 year later, my life was stable, profoundly successful, and deeply satisfying. I was the permanent director of pharmaceutical chemistry. My wealth was secure, protected by smart investments. I was in a committed, respectful relationship with Sonia, a lead clinical pharmacist at a university hospital. Sonia valued my analytical focus and my moral compass. In May, Shelby sent a final, short message. It was a brief, concise text. I accept my complete mistake. The text read, I wish you and your new life peace, she wrote, finally admitting defeat. I sent a short, professional, and final reply. I appreciate your candor, I wrote. I immediately blocked the number and continued my planned weekend scientific retreat with Sonia. The past was completely and permanently resolved. Final update: the following autumn, I was invited to speak at a highly exclusive pharmaceutical industry gala in New York City. While at the event, I was approached by a distinguished scientist named Professor Dr. Schmidt. Dr. Schmidt had been Mitch's highly respected mentor and was a legendary figure in the field. Dr. Schmidt apologized to me immediately, his tone somber. "I regret that my former student caused you such professional difficulty, Ezra." He admitted his own mistake in overlooking Mitch's obvious lack of ethical fortitude. He confessed that he had been too focused on Mitch's early promise and ignored the signs of his moral compromise. "I should have recognized his core instability," Dr. Schmidt stated. "I apologize for the chaos he created," he added honestly. I accepted his apology, understanding that his regret was genuine and professional. I explained that my actions were always based on maintaining professional integrity and protecting the organization. My reflection confirmed the final, enduring life lesson. The only true protection against betrayal is the integrity and verifiable quality of your own work. I moved past the betrayal by calmly turning the external threat into a massive internal promotion. The quiet, logical closure came from knowing that I had upheld my values while my ex-wife and my rival had destroyed theirs.